Good evening, guys. Bit of a belated video. Very unusual saw. Unusual insofar that it's almost impossible to find documentation on it. So in one of my other videos I mentioned about a Danarm 51 and okay, so today I'm going to show you the Danarm 51. Let's take off the little Oregon scabbard. So what's interesting is if you look for the historical pages for some of the early Danarms, there'll be no mention of a 51cc anywhere, for good reason. And so less well known, I guess, is Danarm had an arm in Canada and an arm in Australia. It's funny, really, isn't it? It's an incestuous business, the number of deals between all the different companies. Obviously Pioneer, Canadian as well. So when you start to look at this footprint of the saw, this will look very, very familiar, because it looks like, with these two very familiar caps at the front, it looks just like the P series. So in fact this is a 1074 model Pioneer, but instead of being in the yellow with the green cover, the forest green, this is in a Danarm blue with a black top air cover with the Danarm 51 on the top. And so they're designated an LXD model. So I've spoken to several other collectors that collect Danarms, and so we're unsure about the history of them insofar that we think it may have been an MOD spec model, but we don't know for sure. So they're 51cc's. They're labelled Danarm 51 in Stroud, and you know the 1074 chassis is a Canadian chassis. She now has a period correct Oregon bar. So I have a 1074 and several of the P series. They're all roughly the same 51cc's displacement, and some of my later ones they run 325 pitch, whereas the Danarm, this girl is running 3/8 pitch, full chisel chain. Yep, it's a Pro-Light nose wheel bar, and I guess the carburation is probably unusual as well. They only have a low adjust idle screw at the top end. It's a fixed jet, so there's no adjustment to make there. And now she's had a replacement exhaust and the correct kit for the carburetor, albeit I couldn't get a brand new kit for that. And the ignition has now been done with a new plug and new line, or one new line for the fuel. Let me show you how this girl runs, because they are just simply beautiful. Kill switch, throttle lock, maybe a bit of choke. So automatic chain oiler, and a really compact unit. Well, just like the Canadian saws, even as they are. So she's got the beautiful original knuckle guard present on her. All the screws are present all the way around, and has the tiniest crack, which somebody previously has put a little piece of white plastic in. Found a new, well, nearly new air filter. So the air filters, the air filters are immaculate, and none of the mag alloy appears to have any damage whatsoever. So hopefully an astounding collector saw for one of you out there. A little bit smaller now than I'm going to be collecting, and I've got a gear reduction Danarm arriving hopefully very soon. So I'm just going to be clearing and making a few more, and then if you can see this gorgeous, the way the automatic oil is working beautifully. So going up for sale as a collector's item, and well, I'd love to hear if any of you got any more feedback, or if you know any of the history of the 51 branded Danarm. I would love to hear it. There's only one other collector I know which has any other knowledge of them at all, and he has one partially in pieces, but this is the only complete one I've seen anywhere. Let me show you how she runs on a restart. So they're unusual creatures just with the one jet. Reminds me a little bit like the later smaller steels with no jets. Should say as well, she has a really lovely original handle wrap, and just an absolute thing of beauty. Guys, thanks for watching. That's just an update on the Danarm 51, and hopefully you'll find another collector out there with a suitable home for her who's going to love it as much as I have. Bye for now, guys.